everyone, Alicia here with another lightened up Weight Watcher friendly recipe, and today I'm going to be making my recipe for skinny strawberry oat dessert bars. These easy dessert bars are perfect for spring or summer. They have fresh strawberries in them and they have a nice buttery oat topping and crust, and all together they just make a delicious easy dessert that's not too high in points either. So I wanted to share these with you guys. But first thing, let me jump into ingredients and I'll show you what you're going to need to make these. First off, you're going to need some uncooked rolled oats, a cup of those, or old-fashioned, whatever you want to call them. Next up, you're going to need a cup of all-purpose flour. And then for the strawberries, I've got roughly 2 cups of fresh strawberries that I've just chopped up in kind of small pieces here. You're gonna need the juice of 1 lemon. You're gonna need some light butter spread. This is my favorite, the Brummel and Brown, made with real yogurt. You are gonna need 6 tablespoons. Next up, you're gonna need a brown sugar alternative. This is my favorite, the Lakanto Monkfruit Golden. You're gonna need a 1/2 cup of this. Next up, you're gonna need a classic calorie-free sweetener. And again, I'm just using the Lakanto Monkfruit. You're gonna need a 1/4 cup of that. But you could use, as far as the sweeteners go, you can use whatever type of calorie-free sweetener you prefer. These are just my preference for the calorie-free sweeteners. Next up, you're gonna need a teaspoon cornstarch, a 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, and then finally a teaspoon vanilla. And that is everything that is in these, so let me get them started. First thing I'm gonna do is I've got a medium-sized bowl here, and I'm gonna get my Brummel and Brown weighed out. Again, it's 6 tablespoons, or I'm gonna just weigh this out on my scale at 84 grams. So I'm gonna get that in here. Got that weighed out, 84, 83, it's going back and forth. But now I'm gonna take this, put this in my microwave for about 30 seconds and get this melted. I've got my butter spread melted, so now I'm gonna add in my teaspoon vanilla extract, my 1/2 cup Lakanto Golden, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, my cup all-purpose flour, and my cup rolled oats. And then I'm gonna just stir all of that together. And also I have got my oven preheating right now to 350. Got this all mixed together, and I wanted to kind of show you what the consistency is of it. I wouldn't call it dry, but it's not super moist either. Almost a little sandy-like. So that is done. So now I'm gonna grab my 8x8 casserole dish or baking dish. And what I've done here is I've just lined it with some parchment paper, and I've allowed for a little bit to kind of hang over the edges here, so when this is done I can just lift it right out of the pan. So I'm going to take my crumb mixture and I'm going to add about 2/3 of it to the bottom of my dish, reserving probably a little over a cup. And then I'm going to just with my clean hands kind of press this into the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside. And then in another medium-sized bowl, I'm gonna add in my chopped up strawberries, my 1/4 cup Lakanto Classic or calorie-free sugar substitute of your choice, teaspoon cornstarch, and then finally the juice of a lemon. And if you don't have a fresh lemon, you could just add probably about 2 tablespoons is what I'm gonna get out of this lemon, lemon juice from concentrate, or bottled lemon juice if you want. I do think the fresh does taste a lot better or add a much better flavor. So now I'm gonna just kind of toss all this together and get those strawberries nice and coated with everything. Okay, now these are ready to go on my crust. So I'm gonna just pour these as evenly as I can over the top here. Just kind of smooth them in on that crust. Again, just trying to get them as even in here as I can. And now that I've got those in there, I'm gonna take my remaining crumble mixture and I'm gonna just kind of sprinkle it on the top of my strawberries. Again, as evenly as I can. All right, this is now ready to go in my preheated oven at 350. What you're looking for is for it to kind of start bubbling up. Those strawberries are gonna cook down and start to bubble. And then you're gonna have just kind of a slight browning of the crust, but I will be back once this is done. I let these bake probably about 65 minutes. The edges were starting to bubble a little bit. Not that they are now, but they were bubbling a little bit. And I've got a nice browning on the top. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let these cool completely in the pan. So I'm gonna let them sit here for probably about an hour, and then I'm gonna transfer them to my fridge because that just kind of sets them up a little bit better. If you try to cut into these right now, they're just gonna kind of fall apart. Even when they cool to like room temp, they're gonna fall apart. So I like to put mine in my fridge to kind of let them set up a little bit before I cook them. So that's what I'm gonna do. But once they've cooled and then sat in the fridge for probably another hour or so, I will get them back out and cut them up and show you what they look like and give you points and all that good stuff. I let these completely cool in the fridge for about 2 hours or so. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pop them out of the dish. And then I will cut them up. So here's how they look inside. Go ahead and plate some of these up. Okay, I put a few of these on the plate. Again, this is gonna make 8 servings, or that's how I cut mine. And each one of those are gonna be 4 points per serving. All right, got my hubby there. Say hi. He was cracking himself up about something there.
I do that a lot.
Well, if you can't crack yourself up, who can you? I'm gonna give that a taste and kind of describe the flavor.
It smells like strawberries.
Yes, go figure.
So that flavor is reminiscent of like a strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yeah, the strawberry's not super sweet. It's gonna depend on your strawberries though too, and the season and all that good stuff.
But that's one of my favorite, desserts. I'm a big fan of crisps, like
strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah, blueberry. So the flavor is really good. To me, it's tart, a little bit of sweetness. The crust is really hearty and it's chewy, which I like. Like the thing you made me for my birthday.
Oh, the fruit tart. Yeah.
The really hearty kind of base layer.
Yeah, with the oats and stuff, I think it gives it kind of a nice rustic.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
It's your kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite types of desserts, so obviously.
4 points. Sorry, you just took a bite. I'll give you a second.
Yeah, this is one of those that's no-brainer for me that totally worth the 4 points.
Okay. All right, guys, those were skinny strawberry oat dessert bars. As always, be sure to check down in the description box where I will have the full list of ingredients, instructions, WW recipe builder link, calories, macros, additional nutritional info. All that will be down in the description box below. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.